Stand with me this morning. Let's turn to number 638, For the Beauty of the Earth. We'll sing the first, second, and last verses. Let's turn to number 636. Come, ye thankful people, come. Number 636.
Storm
on to the next page. We gather together, number 637. Children to go to Children's Church. Let's turn to number 576. Give thanks, number 576.
I'm sorry, folks, but last sub on the bench today. In our Sunday school lesson this past few sessions, we've been talking about God's interruptions. Today I want to talk about obstacles and opportunities. Obstacles, as we all know, are things that obstruct or hinder. We generally perceive them as immovable, but they're not. Because Jesus tells us in Matthew 19, verse 26, Jesus looked at them and said, "With man this is impossible. With God all things are possible." And opportunities or situations or conditions favorable for the attainment of success. I want to talk to you about something that happened in 1961. In Panama City, Florida, there was a break-in, and I'm sure all of you will recognize this place if you've been to Florida, highly advertised. The Bay Harbor Pool Room. You probably all saw it on the list of top 10 places to visit. But they had a burglary. And they had an eyewitness that saw a man in there. Claimed he had a beer and a bottle of whiskey in his pocket. The man's name was Clarence Earl Gideon. Now, in Florida, what happened would be a felony. It would be jailable by at least 5 years. They had raided the cigarette vending machine, which some of you may be too young to ever remember a cigarette vending machine. And it was described as the record machine, which we all called a jukebox. And they got some change out of the register. Now, Clarence Earl Gideon was born in Hannibal, Missouri. He was itinerant, bad family life. His father died when he was young. Mother married again. Didn't get along. He made it through the 8th grade and left home, which would put him about 14 years old. Traveled all over the country, got in trouble, served time in jail, reformatory, Missouri penitentiary. Seemed like a Louisiana penitentiary. He was in Florida working as an electrician when this happened. Now, he was a frequent visitor of the Bay Harbor Pool Room, but he didn't do this. But he was arrested for it because they had a witness. Went to trial. He didn't have money for an attorney. And he said, "Judge, they tell me under the 6th Amendment that I'm entitled to an attorney." And the judge says, "Well, that may be true in some cases, but in 1932, the Supreme Court ruled that you only were entitled to an attorney in a major offense, like a capital offense, a murder. In this case, we don't give you an attorney." So having a little education, a little knowledge of law, he did the best he could, but of course he was found guilty, sentenced to 5 years in prison. Well, he didn't waste that time. They had a library in that prison. He read some law books. And he hand wrote a 5-page letter to the Supreme Court. It's filed as in forma pauperis, which means in character or manner of a pauper. And the Supreme Court receives thousands of these every year, and they are reviewed. But this man had done something correctly because it got the attention of the court clerk, and the Supreme Court decided to hear the case. Now, They appointed a Washington, D.C. attorney in a prominent firm to represent him. His name was Abe Fortas. You may remember that name. He was later appointed to the bench of the Supreme Court. Very prominent. He defended him, and the justices ruled in his favor, which changed the law for many people that had convicted, would be convicted of a crime. And in 1963, the decision declared that this man, Clarence Earl Gideon, would get another trial. This was the beginning of the public defender system that we've all heard of. Now, some of it, the public defenders get derogatory because they're not well paid, but a judge can appoint anyone, any attorney, to do that. And it has helped thousands of people that couldn't. This man was innocent. Now, God was directing him. And I searched the World Wide Web, many articles on this man, and what happened that changed the course of events in our legal system. And I could find nowhere he had any church affiliation. Or was he a Christian? I don't know. But I think God was using this man to help others. There was an obstacle, and this man couldn't move it by himself. But someone had to help him write that 5-page handwritten letter. And it was God. And he helped him. Once again, I don't know if he was a Christian, but we see many examples of this in the Bible. Joseph was sold and imprisoned. Go back to Genesis. He ended up in the hands of Potiphar. And we don't know, he was in Potiphar's household. We don't know if that was treated as prison or not, but Potiphar favored him because Joseph was very capable, ran his household. But of course, Potiphar's wife desired Joseph, and he resisted. And of course, he got in trouble. And Potiphar had him thrown in jail, which Joseph was placed, God placed an obstacle in front of him. Joseph was there 2 years. And then the baker and the food tester told him of dreams, and Joseph interpreted them. But they didn't remember him until 2 years later. And the Pharaoh called for Joseph. God used Joseph to accomplish. His faith never wavered. Last week or the week before, we were in Acts, and it said Jesus commanded his followers to stay in Jerusalem. They did. They went to the upper room, which they think was where the Last Supper was. And they did not waste their time questioning. They prayed. Another example of an obstacle, but it also gave them an opportunity. Esther saved the Jews as queen. She did not want to be queen. But she found the opportunity, finally, to save her people. In Christianity, opportunity is understood as a moment to act for God's purpose. You need to recognize, seize changes or chances for spiritual growth, good deeds, and spreading faith. But when obstacles present opportunities, you need to be discerning You need to question. You make the most of it. You seize the opportunity. Live wisely. Utilize your gifts and talents. Redeem the time. Be proactive. Seek wise counsel. It's always good. Before you react, it's good to think. Sit back. Talk to someone. They may not be wiser than you, but the conversation will bring something out. And God is there. He's giving you the opportunity. But don't waste it. Be discerning. Be wise. Align with purpose. Evaluate. And with opportunity, there's going to be opposition. As I always said, I think I grew up in a community, and not a bad community, but I always said, anytime you wanted to change something, somebody would jump up and say, we can't do that. Why not? Well, we've never done it before. Sometimes they may be right. But sometimes, Sam Walton failed in business 2 or 3 times. And every time he said, that didn't work, what do I do now? He made the wealthiest family in the nation. He just kept going. You don't give up. Opportunity is there. Seize the moment. Just like Esther did, just like Joseph did, just like Clarence Earl Gideon did, who I had never heard of till I started in on this. Our ultimate opportunity is for salvation through Jesus. If you haven't taken that opportunity, you need to really concentrate on it. The eternal perspective. Believe in life. A gift, an opportunity to live for Christ has eternal significance. I knew this was going to be very short, but it's very important to me. I went many years and had many opportunities that I didn't see because I was too busy leading my life, thinking that was the purpose, just me. It's not the purpose, it's not me. As I've said before, it's not my will, it's God's will. When you understand that God's will comes first, your life will become much easier. I hope this has some impact on you. It's come from my heart. And like I say, it's very brief, very short. I knew I probably couldn't drag it out 15 minutes. But what do you expect from the last sub on the bench? Once again, I sincerely hope my words mean something to all of you. Think about obstacles and the opportunities they present. Terry?